Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Dunham. Be right with you. Let me just turn on this live stream. Okey-doke. All right, court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Jose Alvarez, cause number 2020-0C-01365. We're here for a pretrial. What says the state
Stephen Lucy on behalf of the state of Texas, ready to proceed.
and the defense?
Todd Dunham, ready to proceed, Your Honor.
All right, first thing is we need a waiver of arraignment, Mr. Dunham, on Mr. Alvarez. Mr. Lucy, do you have a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is offering a dismissal with a plea to any of the felonies.
Okay, what is the status of the felonies, Mr. Dunn?
Your Honor, we have a 2801 hearing today on those felonies. Those have been filed. I do have an offer from the state I need to discuss with my client. And once I have done that, I'll have an answer from Mr. Lucy and the state on the felonies as well.
Okay, then if you'll let the court, this matter is set for trial July 30th. If you'll let the court know if he's gonna end up pleading to something, so we'll know this is gonna get dismissed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yep, all right, thank you. If there's nothing further, you may be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Don't have any other lawyers for now.
Judge, Mr. Vasquez's office just called that he's in CC4, but that he will hop on as soon as he's done there.
Okay, Miss Noyola is with us in the waiting room.
Okay.
But no lawyers. Good morning, Miss Noyola.
Good morning, Your Honor.
We're just waiting for his lawyer to show up.
All right.
Good morning, downtown.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'll be with you as soon as we get some lawyers.
Yes, ma'am.
Annex, may I have Hector Cervantes, please?
He's coming out, Your Honor.
Thank you. And by the way, Brian Cedeno was already dismissed. Good morning, Mr. Villarreal.
Good morning.
They are getting your client now. All right, court calls the cases of the state of Texas versus Hector Cervantes, 2024-0C00262, 2024-0C00166, 2024-0C00614, and 2024-0C00615. We're here for a pretrial. What says the state
Stephen Lucy on behalf of the state of Texas, ready to proceed.
and the defense?
Art Villarreal on behalf of the accused, ready to proceed.
All right. Do you have a recommendation, Mr. Ducey?
Yes, Your Honor, the state has reached an agreement with the defense on credit for time served on all of the misdemeanors.
Okay.
And with a plea to that would dismiss the felonies. I just need to get together the plea offers and 3914s and send it to Attorney Villarreal.
Okay, then as soon as you get the plea paper signed, Mr. Villarreal, we will schedule Mr. Cervantes for a plea.
Thank you, Judge. We'll take care of that as quickly as we can.
Yes, he is set for trial July 2nd, so if you can do that before then, we'll get him on the docket for next week.
I will go see him the day I get the paperwork.
Okay, thank you. If you have nothing further, you may be excused.
That's all I have. Mr. Cervantes, I will come see you as soon as I get that paperwork, okay? All right. That's all I have, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, sir.
Have a good day, everybody.
You too.
I found Max Munoz's office, Judge. He should be getting on soon.
Oh. Any word for Mr. Aboud as well?
No, Judge, let me try him and see if I can get
There
him.
is Max. All right. Good morning, Mr. Munoz.
There?
There you go.
Okay.
Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Rebecca Gonzalez, 2024-0C03865. We're here for a pretrial. What says the state
Stephen Lucy on behalf of the state of Texas, ready to proceed.
and the defense?
Max Daniel Munoz for Ms. Gonzalez, we're ready to proceed as well, Your Honor.
Do you have a recommendation, Mr. Lucy?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is offering 30 days credit for time served.
Okay. Mr. Munoz, do you know what you're going to be doing?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe we're going to take the plea.
Okay, then if we can get him the paperwork, as soon as we get the paperwork signed and back to us, we will schedule a plea hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, Your
Thank
Honor.
you. You have nothing further, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Thank you. We need Mr. Nungaray, Mr. Aboud, Mr. Antondo, and Ms. Lerma, please.
Yes, Judge, we're telephoning them now.
Thank you. There's Ms. Lerma's office. Let me see if that's her. Mr. Lucy, we also need the prosecutor for Mr. Shapiro.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm messaging Daniel right now.
Thank you. Ms. Carrillo, is Ms. Lerma with you?
Good morning, Judge. Actually, Ms. Lerma is currently in the 210th and an in-person, and it's logged into Zoom in the 243rd. She said that she will log in as soon as she can.
Okay, that's fine.
On this case for Mr. Shapiro, we don't have a rec on the felony, so we're just waiting for a global rec, Judge.
Okay, well, once Ms. Lerma logs on, we'll be able to address it.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too, thank you.
Judge, Mr. Aboud is in the 327th, but as soon as he finishes, he will log on.
Okay. There's Mr. Morales. All right, Ms. Noyola. I believe this is it. Let me just get Mr. Vasquez on here. Annex, may I have Eric Torres?
Coming out, Your Honor.
I'm going to turn on the interpreter function as well. So we can pick a language. Okay, it's on, so please pick your language. All right. Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Eric Torres, 2024-0C02312. What says the state
Stephen Lucy on behalf of the state of Texas, we're ready to proceed.
and the defense?
Joseph Vasquez representing Mr. Torres, and we're ready, Your Honor.
All right, we need a waiver of arraignment on this case, Mr. Vasquez. Mr. Lucy, do you have a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor, it is going to be credit for time served or a dismissal to the if he pleads to the felonies.
Okay. Do you have a rec on the felonies yet, Mr. Vasquez?
I do, Judge, and I did go see my client yesterday and discuss it with him. Unfortunately, I didn't realize the waiver for arraignment hadn't been signed, but I do believe we can resolve it. I just need to negotiate with the prosecutor.
Okay, this matter is set for trial already in September, so that gives you a little bit of time to try to resolve the felony.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I'll
Okay.
get it done, and I'll get the waiver signed next week.
Please do.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
there's nothing further, you may be excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Shapiro? No? Mr. Porras, we're just waiting for your lawyer. Miss Noy, is that all we needed Miss Noyola for?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Noyola.
Judge, Mr. Anchondo is in the 243rd. Once he's finished, he will log on.
Okay. Any word on Mr. Nungaray?
I messaged him, Judge, but he has not answered. So I'm not too sure. He's in another court. Let me try to call the PDs. Judge Chaz is in the 327, so he's going to see if Mr. Sullivan can log on for him.
Okay, good.
Okay. Let me speak. Is this for us? Yeah. Oh, no. I didn't see my judge yet. Oh, no? But can we do this right for you? Yes. Yeah. Come over here.
Annex, may I have Mr. Shapiro?
He's coming out, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Lerma.
Good morning, Your Honor.
They are getting your client now.
Thank you, Judge.
They said 20 to 30 days.
Hello, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Morales. How are you? There's
Doing
Mr.
good, Judge.
Shapiro.
Doing good. Thank you.
Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Antoine Shapiro, 2023-0C09520. What says the state
Daniel Alejandro Morales for the state of Texas, Your Honor. We're ready to proceed.
and the defense?
Veronica Teresa Lerma, Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Shapiro, who is appearing by Zoom.
We need a waiver of arraignment, Ms. Lerma, on Mr. Shapiro. Do you have a recommendation, Mr. Morales?
Judge, I do not. The last recommendation we had was resolution with the felonies. I believe the prior deal was 1 year state jail, and then this case would be dismissed.
Okay, well, this case, his felony cases, from what I was able to tell, are not set for trial until 2025, and we're not going to wait for that.
Yes, Judge.
This matter is set for trial in September. What do you represent him on the felonies, Ms. Lerma?
Yes, Your Honor, I do. And I am trying to get a recommendation from the felony court, and we will get the court a waiver of arraignment on this case.
All right, then, Mr. Morales, if you will ask the felony prosecutor to get a recommendation on the portal so Ms. Lerma can start negotiating those felonies and try to resolve this case along with them, please.
Of course, Judge.
Okay, thank you. If you have nothing further, Ms. Lerma, you may be excused.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Maybe excuse for the state, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Morales, thank you. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too, Judge.
Downtown, may I have Mr. Porras? There he is. All right, let me just get your lawyer signed in here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Anchondo, good morning.
Judge. Sorry, I was in the 243rd.
Yes, thank you. Court calls the cases of the state of Texas versus Juan Porras, 2024-0C00974, 2024-0C04160, and 2024-0C04162. We're here for bond reduction. What says the state?
Stephen Lucy, on behalf of the state of Texas, we're ready to proceed.
And the defense.
Chris Anchondo, on behalf of Mr. Porras, Judge, we are ready.
You are Juan Porras?
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. What do you have, Mr. Anchondo?
Judge, Mr. Porras has been in jail for, looks to be just about 2 weeks or so. He's held on a $2,500 bond for the PR violation on the criminal trespass, and the evading and the resisting are both $1,000. He is not able to make those bonds, Judge. He is currently, I believe, without employment and home. His situation is difficult. But Judge, he is. I'm looking to the state to see what kind of deal we can get and possibly resolve this in a different fashion. But at this time, Judge, we'd ask that Mr. Porras be given a PR bond on his cases, just because of the fact that ultimately he has no money to do so, to make these bonds.
Okay, Mr. Porras has been given a PR bond twice before, and he fails to show up to his court hearings via Zoom. What seems to be the problem, Mr. Porras?
My mom wasn't in town and I couldn't have like any leeway, but my mom is back in town, and I'm more capable of actually um showing up instead of like being on the streets. So therefore, that's better.
Mr. Porras, I don't know what your mom has to do with this. You're a grown man. If you don't have access to a phone or a computer, you can show up in person here to court, and we will put you on a computer.
Yes, ma'am. But now that I have structure, that my mom's here, I have much more potential to actually abide by the means of following up by any means of necessary.
Mr. Lucy, do you have anything?
Just what you said, Your Honor, the fact that he's been given a PR bond before and fails to appear. He does have some criminal history. It's been a while, but there's a few of them that I would consider a threat to the community, such as assault causes bodily injury, family member, several burglary of vehicles. There's at least 3.
All
And
right.
for those reasons, we would object to a granting of a PR bond, but would defer to the court.
Do you have a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor, credit for time served for all of these cases.
Okay. All right. Do you live with your mother, Mr. Porras?
Yes, I just got in touch with her 2 days prior before my arrest.
Okay. Have you ever been treated for any mental health issues?
I've I've been meaning to get back with EHM.
Okay. Just because of I don't make it a habit to repeatedly let people out on PR bond, especially when they don't show up to court, Mr. Porras. I'm going to make one last exception for you and grant you a PR bond on all these 3 cases, because I think that you need some mental health treatment. One of the requirements is that you contact EHN to get services once again.
Yes, sir.
Show up to all court hearings, you not commit any new offenses or use any illegal substances or alcohol. Any violation of these conditions will cause a warrant for your arrest to be issued. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything further, Mr. Anchondo?
Nothing, just real quickly, Mr. Porras, please contact my office the moment you are released or the day following. And then Mr. Lucy, if you can please send me those documents.
Yes.
All
Nothing
right.
further, Judge.
Thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Any word on Mr. Sullivan?
I just spoke with him, Judge. He should be hopping up.
Okay, good. And next, may I have Christian Gomez Signs?
Please come in, all your honors.
Thank you. Your lawyer will be right with us, Mr. Gomez Signs.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Sullivan. Court calls the cases of the state of Texas versus Christian Gomez Signs, 2023-0C09557, 2024-0C00668, 2023-0C09694, 2024-0C00632, and 2024-0C00485. We're here for a pretrial. What says the state?
Stephen Lucy on behalf of the state of Texas are ready to proceed.
And the defense. You're muted, Mr. Sullivan.
Sorry about that, Judge. Chris Sullivan for the defense, Your Honor, and we're ready as well.
Do you have a recommendation, Mr. Lucy?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is offering a dismissal on all of the misdemeanors if the defendant pleads to the felonies.
Do you have a recommendation on the felonies yet, Mr. Sullivan?
Your Honor, I am trying to log in right now, but Odyssey is not working for me. Let me see if I can get in through Portal, Judge. Just one moment. I apologize. Mr. Nungarai had reached out to Mr. Bombara accidentally because it was previously his court as opposed to me. But I am attempting to log into Portal here, Judge, so I can let the court know.
Can you tell us, is there a recommendation on the felony?
Yes, Your Honor. There is a recommendation. Well, on 144, the felony, the recommendation is 5 TDC. And on 145, the recommendation is a 2 TDC.
So, Your Honor, I will make sure that Mr. Nungarai is aware of that and aware of the state's recommendation for the misdemeanors.
Okay. These matters are set for trial August 6th and August 13th. So we would like a response before then, if you'll convey that message as well to Mr. Nungarai.
Absolutely, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, if there's nothing further, you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now all we need is Mr. Abood. Mr. Lucy, I showed that his felonies were set for a plea tomorrow. Is that the case?
Let's see. I don't see anything on the felony ending in 144. So I think that might be the case. Let me check on 145.
Okay.
I only show the last hearing was a discovery status on May 15th. Or, on Abood, Your
Yes.
Honor.
Yes.
Okay,
Daniel
let me see.
Mohamed.
Let me see. Let me see. Yes, Your Honor, I see the same thing. The plea
All right.
hearing.
We'll give Mr. Abood another 5-10 minutes. And I'm assuming these are going to go away?
The recommendation is credit for time served on all of the cases.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna have to create plea offers on all of them.
Okay. Well, then we'll just wait for Mr. Abood then. Glenn, do you want to go check on that?
Yes, Judge, I'll check.
Thank you.
Judge, he should be logging in the next minute or two. He's in his office now.
Okay. There he is. Alex, may I have Daniel Navarrete?
Yes, Your Honor, he's coming out.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Aboud. Court calls the cases of the state of Texas versus Daniel Navarrete, 2023-0C0 8855, 2024-0C0 0943, and 2023-0C0 9206. Mr. Aboud, if I can get you to turn on your camera and unmute yourself, please. Mr. Aboud, are you with us? There you go. What says the state
Stephen Lucy, on behalf of the state of Texas, we're ready to proceed.
and the defense? Good morning, Mr. Aboud. We can't hear you, Mr. Aboud.
I just started. Can you hear me now?
Yes, there you go. All right, are you ready on this pretrial, Mr. Aboud?
I am. Are you still there?
Yes, we're still here. We do need waivers of arraignment.
Judge, he's entering, if it's on nominante, he's entering a plea in district court, and I think this is one of the cases they're gonna dismiss. He's entering the plea tomorrow.
Right, but the state is not showing dismissals on these 3 cases.
Okay. Well, I just gotta confirm that, but,
All right, you think the plea agreement calls for dismissal on all 3?
yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Lucy, do you have anything?
Oh, the most recent recommendation from felony prosecutor Michael Williams was 24 months state jail concurrent with credit for time served on all of the cases. So I'm not sure if he met all of the felonies, but I will get with him and confirm that.
Okay. And Mr. Aboud, if you'll talk to the felony prosecutor tomorrow and see if they're gonna wrap up these misdemeanors or not.
I will, Judge.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you have nothing further, you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Annex. I think that's a wrap, so we'll